Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Devil, the Lucy Comedy Society news show about the news, predictably. Uh, I've got four contestants with me here, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves, but I'm not going to specify who's going to introduce themselves when, so it's just a case of
Well,
who's
I'll
going to
go first.
jump in.
I'll jump in. I'm Baqir. I don't know if we're doing surnames.
Up to you.
Then just Baqir. You don't need to know that about me.
Lovely
Okay,
stuff.
I'm all sorted now.
Alright, we've got Baqir. Who's next? Silence.
Well, I'll jump in.
Yes.
I'm Robin, but you can. I won't give my full name because I don't want anyone looking me up. And you can call me Gib Boy though.
I'm gonna ask, how did that originate?
Well, it involves my last name actually. I've made a big mistake already.
I'm not going to tell you.
To be honest, I didn't think that one through. It's definitely not my last name with boy on the end.
Cool. This reminds me, I don't know if anyone's seen The Simpsons, but it reminds me of this episode in The Simpsons where Principal Skinner says, a certain student has raised issues in the school. For anonymity, we will call her L. Simpson. Oh no, wait, that's
Oh, no.
that's too obvious. No, let's call her Lisa S. Yeah. Oh, okay, we've got Robin. Who's next?
I can play the waiting game, Joe.
Wait, all right. Yeah, I'm Joe. I kind of joined in a bit late, so I lost track of it.
Hello, and
Yeah.
awesome stuff. And Fred. Well, what's your name?
I think it's been revealed already.
Have nothing to add.
Okie dokie, awesome stuff.
Not that you're the president of the Lancaster University Comedy Institute.
No, I don't care. I've lost my identity. That's it. Done. Move on. Next item,
So-
as you were. Yep.
So you're not going to try and use this opportunity to try and get new members in?
No, my general attitude will do that. Don't worry.
Keep telling yourself that, Fred.
Shut up, John. Dig a deeper
Anyone
hole,
listen?
mate. See,
Keep going, Lucy, so we have more votes and can get him out of office. Thank you very much.
what?
I'm just joking. We're gonna-
That's what we'll tell him.
Right here.
Oh no, you know my name.
Okie dokie. Okay, so the first game of this show, we're gonna play a game of good advice, bad advice, terrible advice. So this is a game where I've got some questions, some problems / crises, and you guys are going to give me advice on those things. Someone is going to give me good advice, someone's going to give me bad advice, and someone's going to give me terrible advice. So I'm going to randomize my list. Okie dokie. Sorry, I should have explained. As there's four of us, and this game is usually played by 3 people, what I'm thinking is that one of us sits out for each round, because we're gonna do 3 rounds of this. So I'm thinking like one person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, yeah.
Cool beans. And Robin, I thought you could sit out for this first round, so you can see how the game works a bit.
Yeah,
So
that's a good idea.
okie dokie. So my first question is, let me just get it up. I've moved in and I don't like my new flatmates. how can I make living with them bearable? And we've got Fred Bloy on good advice. We've got Joe Woods on bad advice, and we've
Oh,
got.
you've done my surname now as well. Carry on, carry on.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
We'll
Okay.
bleep it out.
That's so... Your identities are safe with me, guys. Don't worry. And we've got Baqir D on bad advice. Oh, terrible advice. Sorry. So we've got Fred, Joe, and Baqir on good, bad, and terrible advice, respectively. So yes. Okay. So I don't like my new housemates. How can I make living with them bearable? Fred, off you go.
Well, whether it be talking to friends or partners or work colleagues or personal doctors, any relationship really, dialogue is key. Whether it be to your wife saying, "Stop stifling me, Sandra, I feel suffocated," or whether it be to your personal, "Stifling me, Sandra, I feel suffocated," stuff like that. Just talk to your flatmates. Say, get to know them a bit, hang out. Hopefully, you'll learn to like them. If not, just always keep conversation going, a clear air. Yeah.
Fair enough. Very good. And I realize the irony of this, as I've asked for advice on flatmates when you lived in studio accommodation for the whole of last year.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone. I forgot that humans existed, so I think it's impressive I got an answer out at all. So
yes. Okie dokie. So right, Joe, bad advice.
Right. So what you're gonna want to do is to make life better and more bearable. You're just gonna want to lock everybody out of their flat.
Oh.
So then it's just basically just you living in the flat on your own, and so like it's just more bearable. Then I feel like most people can kind of cope with just being with themselves. So that's literally just the advice. Just lock them out of the flat.
Perfect stuff. And Baqir.
That's it. There's nothing. I've got nothing to add.
Awesome stuff. And Baqir, what's your terrible advice?
So, are you familiar with gaslighting?
Oh.
What you want to do is you want to start slowly convincing your flatmates that they're going crazy. Start moving things and lying about them, drug them, poison their shampoos. All of a sudden, they're wondering, why am I sick? Why is my hair falling out? What's going on? And most lessons are online this year, so they'll probably move back out home to recuperate from what is probably rat poison, but they don't know that. And of course, then your flatmates all of a sudden are nowhere to be seen, aren't bothering you. The worrying thing is, if any of them do stay, they may become immune to the poisons, in which case you'll have to step it up. I know a guy who can get you uranium, but it will cost you. So, maybe don't be in South Sainsbury's if you really want to try that.
I'm probably a lifetime in prison, to be honest. If
Yeah,
you had
wow.
on you.
You only go to prison if you're caught, Bill.
You're being a dealer. So imagine what they do to drug dealers, and imagine what they would do to you.
I'm terrified, really.
Not that I'd ever do that to anyone.
Your mind thought of it.
My flatmates went home because they're not because.
Oh.
Oh man. Oh, lovely stuff. Okie dokie. Right, on to the next question then. So, next crisis. The school prom is tomorrow, but I don't have a date. What should I do? I'm gonna randomize the list again. Okie dokie. Right. First off, we've got Robin Gibbs on. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
He can't help
Oh,
it. Who are you working for?
I think, John, I think you got a bit of editing to do after this.
You should bleep it out instead. Just say
Yeah.
it's like surname swear words.
Robin's last name is a swear word. I will bleep that out if you want, Robin. Wait, Robin, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, sorry. So I just didn't hear you for a moment there. So I was just saying I will bleep that out your last
Yeah,
name.
it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Awesome stuff. Okie dokie. So, yeah, we've got Robin. Last name anonymous. On
Nice.
on good advice. We've got Fred Bloy on bad advice, and we've got Joe Woods on terrible advice. And the question is, I don't have a date for prom. What can I do? Oh yeah, sorry. Robin, take it away.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on good advice, so I've got to give something nice for them to do.
Mm.
And I thought of a great solution. You just go down. I'm assuming this isn't happening in COVID times. Probably not a good idea if it is. Because my solution, just go down to the local old people's home and find an old person and give them a delightful time out. They're going to love that if you go down there. You get an old lady, take her. Everyone's going to think you're such a great person. Because you've taken this old person, you're giving them the best night of their lives. Boom. That's
Quite
great.
sweet, to be honest. It's quite sweet.
That's wholesome.
Yeah.
That's so wholesome.
Oh, wonderful. And now for the most unwholesome ones, the bad advice. Fred.
Yeah. So, in this current economy, it's every man for themselves. So remember what sort of time period you said you had, or if you mentioned one at all until the actual prom? So I don't know what kind of schedule we're working on here, but in whatever time that is, just use it to start easy, start with your closest friends, and take one of their dates to the prom. Just if they go without a date and you go with a date, it is purely your gain. If you look at the entropy, exponential growth for you.
Yeah, exponential.
But not for them. But that's okay because
they're not you.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you're getting it. Yes, as well.
Awesome stuff. Okie dokie. And finally, Joe, what is your terrible advice?
Well, my terrible advice is starting off with a bit of good advice. If you don't know the date of the prom, you should probably find out when the prom is. But that's the good advice out there. But I would say you should, the night before, you should go to the local cemetery. And under the cover of darkness, you should rob a grave. And then just basically dig up the corpse and then just bring it to prom and start dancing with it. I mean, it could be a skeleton and everyone thinks you're just playing a practical joke and it's a fake skeleton, or it could be a fresh one and it looked pretty much human anyway, and nobody would know a difference. you just blame it on the fact that they're just very shy, or they're mute and they can't talk or they can't hear. And you can get away with it.
Oh wow. and they're paralyzed as well. Okie dokie. And oh wait, you were terrible advice, weren't you? Yes. Okie dokie. Sorry.
Yes, all right.
Do you think that was the good advice?
Okie dokie. And so, next question. I've just realized we're going to need to do 4 of these if everyone's going to sit out, but that's fine. So next question. Oh God, I'm terribly sorry. Got it. It's Halloween, and I hate answering the door to trick-or-treaters. What should I do? Okie dokie. So I've randomized my list. So for this one, Baqir, you're on good advice. Robin, you're on bad advice. And Fred, you're on terrible advice. Perfect. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's Halloween, and I hate trick-or-treaters. Baqir, take it away.
Okay, so Halloween. If you're a kid, you're out trick or treating. If you're an adult and you're cool, you're probably out partying. But if you're an adult and you have no plans, then you're a little bit of a loser. You can hire one of these losers to answer your door and hand out candy for you.
Done.
Basically, just hire a teenager to hand out candy for you. I'm sure you don't even have to pay him that much, and you'll be doing something nice for someone, really. So you just 2 wins.
Fair dues, and you're contributing to the
And
economy.
Pardon?
You're contributing to the economy by
And you know what? If you have kids, they can also like babysit, and you can go out if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Fair dues. And okie dokie. So Robin, what's your bad advice?
I'm thinking about this, and I think you've got to play the long game here because it's not just one Halloween; it's all the Halloweens because it comes around every year. So what I'm thinking is just convince everyone you're a serial killer, or better, just become a serial killer. Because if you get arrested, okay, there's no Halloween trick or treaters in prison, are there? Or if you don't get caught, no one's knocking on your door either. It's a win-win.
Oh, wonderful. Okie dokie.
Fred, you got to make this even worse.
Yeah. Fred, take it away. Terrible advice.
Okay, so if we what's the word, like semantically break down the issue here, right? The main problem is you hate the kids coming up and they keep knocking at your door, right? So step 1 is get rid of the front door.
Go on.
It's not there. It has multiple benefits. A, no one will knock because they can't. B, massive power play against burglars. If there's no front door, there's nothing to lock at the front. They see that and just go, holy hell, this guy will pummel me if I go in there, sort of thing. Secondly, part 2, because, kids, as we generationally move on, I feel kids open more at the front of your house. And they may not be phased. They may go, oh, okay, we'll venture into it. Now, there's a book called House of Leaves, which is, and in the part of this house, there's one corridor that just extends for eternity, right?
Right.
Get one of them. Install an infinite corridor. They walk in, but put put a little sign up saying, sweets this way, arrow down there. They just keep walking, and they never stop.
Fair enough.
You're not worried it's going to get a bit cold. It's going to be drafty if the door's open all the time.
Well, you see,
That's the only flaw in that
to
plan.
just buy a lot of them. There is no floor. Get rid of the floor as well. Like, just dismantle the house.
And
You can't have a draft if there's no
Fred,
house.
you're just gonna go into the house and then knock on the nearest door that you have.
No doors. I've just completely dismantled the house. You can't have any knocks or any drafts if there is no house.
Oh, wonderful. Okie dokie. All right. Final question. Because I only realized just now that we would actually have to go through 4 questions instead of 3. I'm just finding the final question, and it is, I'm having dinner round the house at my in-laws' house. Well, no, sorry. My in-laws are coming round my house, to have dinner. What should I cook to impress them? And
That's a great question.
okie dokie. So you have Patrick Burton to thank for that. Right. So we have got Baqir on good advice. We've got Joe on bad advice, and we've got Robin on terrible advice. So yes, my in-laws are coming round for dinner. What should I cook to impress them? Baqir, take it away.
Well, as much good food is in the eye of the eater, not the beholder. I mean, technically. Really, right? You can't touch something that they don't like, even if it's well made. So first, you have to figure out what they like. Stalk their Facebook, stalk their Instagram. Ask your wife or your girlfriend, because she should know more, and it's weird for you to stalk her parents. And then just figure out what sort of thing they like, and then find something Gordon Ramsay has made, and then try that word like do it step for step. You will fail. And then what you do is you buy food, you buy like really nice takeout, and before your in-laws come, you put it in your own pots and pans, and you lie about cooking it. And when they say, "Oh, isn't that like so and so restaurant down the road?" You're like, "Oh, is it? I've never been there. Crazy." You will have to always avoid the restaurant owner when you happen to be with your in-laws. But honestly, that's only happened like once or twice. I mean, that would only happen once or twice. Obviously, it hasn't happened to me. Yeah, man.
Oh, wonderful stuff. Okie dokie. So bad advice.
Okay.
Joe.
I'm not sure how far to take this, but I'm just gonna take it far. So what you should cook for dinner is, if you got your in-laws coming around, you should cook your girlfriend or wife, and then and then you just serve them a meal, and they're just eating their own daughter, basically. That's kind of borderline terrible advice, but terrible is bad advice, to be fair.
So I'm looking up like a psychotherapy helpline. I'll just leave it in the chat.
No, I was like thinking I really want either bad advice or terrible advice, because I wanted to just say that thing. And that makes me sound even more psychotic. I know.
Yeah, a bit.
I'm gonna leave the helpline in the description of the YouTube video.
I will check it out later.
Good stuff.
If it's not there, then I'm gonna sue you for however $1 million.
Well, Lucy's got 800 quid in the bank.
I don't think you should really say the bank account details.
Treasurer, I don't disagree.
Here are the numbers, write them down.
No, sorry, John, you really love exposing our personal information. Don't you?
Oh man. Okay.
My friend who happens to live out and just list his whole address.
Yes. Don't worry, Robin. I won't include the part at the beginning of the episode where we talk about where your accommodation is. So yes.
Oh, people they don't like me that much. They're gonna come and find me. Is that what you're worried about?
Okie dokie.
I
Well, to
think
be
we
honest, the way you've been going, I feel like you're going to give them a map, like directly straight to my room or something.
I think at this point, like 50% of the video will be just bleeped completely.
Yeah.
even because it's just so rated 18 that it cannot go on YouTube.
We're over 18.
Anyway, I think we still got bad, terrible advice from.
Yeah,
Yes.
um,
Moving on, Robin. Terrible advice. Take it away.
Well, the problem here is that I've got to now step it up. But I think I can do that. I feel like the obvious thing to go to would have been poison the food, but that's too obvious, I think. So what I would do is I would just subtly hint that you're a Nazi. So you just put like pictures of like Hitler, just like, you know, things like that.
Mm.
And then you're not. And then just say it. It's not
Yeah.
exactly a hot.
Yeah, I think you just follow. And halfway through, maybe you're gonna have like an events thing, like a show. Maybe it's like a dinner party. You go upstairs and you get changed into the full outfit. You come downstairs. It's quite awkward, really, because you married a Jewish girl as well, which is a bit.
Oh dear.
But you feel great because you've got this great like weight lifted off your chest that now everyone knows.
I mean, I like the thought of it wasn't awkward before.
I like the sort of like. I love how he was. I didn't think it could get any worse than serve them their own daughter to eat. But my in-laws, Nazi propaganda.
Oh god.
Yeah, this video definitely needs editing.
If they accept you, I mean, they're keepers, all right. Well, probably not because they're Jewish, but
No!
Yeah.
Yeah, edit, please.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna say this is so lucky we're not on Bailrig FM, the
They would
off-Haiti
breakfast.
You know they keep going on the internet forever, right?
Yeah, the best part.
yeah. Don't check out my other podcast. You'll be.
Yeah.
Where would I find it?
Oh, here we go. A little plug. It's called the Awesome Foursome podcast, and you can hear about the time I met a real Nazi. If you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on Spotify.
Oh, sick.
And other streaming platforms are
Nice.
available as well.
Now that explains your high quality mic.
That's it. I came in prepared.
Oh,
Yeah,
All right.
I think that's the end of it, isn't it?
that's the end of the first round. Yeah.
Thankfully.
Oh god, yes. Yeah. Okay. So we're now going to launch into our first song break. Okay. So the song game is the game where I'm going to play throughout the episode. I'm going to play 3 songs, and there will be hints within these songs towards a story that's been in the news this week. So, for instance, a hint could be in the lyrics, or in the name of the artist, or in, of course, the title of the song. So yes. So the first song I'm going to play to you. Well, actually, no, I'll tell you later. We've got the creative answers round to do. So the creative answers round is so after the song, I'm going to ask you for your answers to this creative question. So my question to you all is for you to think about during the song. This question about the man who hates the trick-or-treaters. Why does he hate the trick-or-treaters so much? I mean, there must be a reason behind this. Yeah. So yes, that is my creative question to you. During the song, please think of an answer. But the song I'm going to play to you, hinting towards the story that's been in the news, is Off the Ground by The Record Company. And I'm going to play it now. So yes, okie dokie. I shall see you. I shall listen to you guys. Very soon. Okay, Off the Ground by the Record Company. Here it comes. Awesome stuff.
Right. So what was that? What was the name of that song?
Pardon? Oh, yeah. What do you guys? What do you guys think of that song? Has anyone got any sort of
Joe,
ideas?
what's the name of that song?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the name was and who it by. I think it was that, I heard the record there, maybe.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, record company Off the Ground. Was the
Off the ground.
title? Yes. So
Thank you.
no worries. So yes. Yeah. Does anyone have any like thoughts on where it could be leading?
The song is a clue about this, the question, right?
Mm, well.
I think
Yes. Well,
Well, it
it's a
does.
clue about the story that's been in the news at some point this week.
I feel like it would be something. Well, actually, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to divulge my ideas. Like a secret.
I'll be a team player, and like the fact that it's the song called "Off the Ground" make me think it might be to do with an airplane company, maybe. But I'm not sure how long ago that was.
Int-
That's my theory at the moment.
Well,
Like,
like the truth be
yeah.
told. So
This is all.
I was too busy just dancing along to it to pay attention to
Nice.
it.
Nice.
Oh. Well, fair enough. Let's move on. Okie dokie. So the next thing we have to do is the creative answers round. So I asked you guys a question. Why does the man I mentioned earlier hate trick-or-treaters so much? What's the reason behind all this? And the first person I'm gonna ask is Joe Woods. I mean Joe.
It's fine. Honestly, it's honestly fine. Right.
We don't even share a common name. Why would you?
It's honestly fine. I'm already on the internet with Gig, so it's fine. Yeah, so these trick or treaters are just not any ordinary trick or treaters where they take things off you. These trick or treaters are people that give things to you, and the trick that they do, they're like at the beginning they're kind of like ordinary tricks. They're like, like they shot a gun and a BAM came out, like the cartoon gun, and then eventually it gets to the point where they just steal the front door, and it gets even worse. So yeah, so
Wow.
like Fred, they're doing it.
The same.
And then but even then the tweets are still bad because they would give pineapple on pizza, which personally I like, but
What's
this
wrong with
guy
you?
probably hates, and so that's why I just hate him for that. Like personally, I like pineapple on pizza, but not everybody does. So kind of put my mind into the mindset of the recipient.
Yes.
quite a messy trick or treat. Like, do you just have a bag full of slices of pizza?
Yeah,
Mm.
the like cookie size pizza. Probably that's what you do for Christmas. You can do it for Christmas, I guess, but yeah.
Oh, awesome stuff. Okie dokie. So, next answer coming up. Baqir, what's your answer?
Who
Wait,
did you?
who did
Who
you
was
say?
that?
Oh, sorry. Baqir.
Ah, yes, thank you. Well, the man. Who is he? Well, he was actually a poor peasant person in the 11th century who, at the age of 25, became a vampire, right? Now, I could tell you all about his life history, but frankly, most of it isn't relevant. What is relevant is what happened 20 years ago. You see, he fell in love with a woman. This woman, she loved Halloween to a great extent. Her favorite part, fake cobwebs. She hated spiders, but she loved fake cobwebs. He didn't understand that, but he felt he didn't need to. Anyway, unfortunately, last year she passed away from one of her flatmates poisoning her with some uranium or something. So whenever he sees trick or treaters, he's reminded of his heartbreak, and that's why he doesn't like trick or treaters.
Fair dues. Fair dues. Okie dokie. Right, next up, Robin. What's your answer?
I didn't hear a name, by the way. You might want to
Yeah.
repeat
Oh,
that.
Yeah, it kind of skipped a bit.
maybe it's just maybe Discord knows that I'm gonna reveal people's last names every time.
Yeah.
So Robin, what's your answer?
Well, it's gonna sound bad, but it really is quite a nice story when you really think about it. The reason this guy doesn't like trick or treaters, he's a recovering paedophile, and these kids, he's worried that seeing these kids is gonna, it's gonna tempt him, make him go back to his old ways.
What?
That's why. So he just has to keep as far away as possible.
That's a little sweet, you know.
He's
Not
trying
really,
to
but
dare
kind
himself. He's trying to become. He's not letting himself go back into his old ways. I think it's quite wholesome.
Well, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Okie dokie,
I
finally.
like how John defended it. Yeah,
finally,
Fred.
Fred Bloy. What's your answer?
Well, John,
go on.
you did it again.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Let them find me. I'll deal with it.
Let's Troy, or confuse them.
I'll cross that bridge when they arrive. I'll get there. So
I'll cross that bridge when they come to it. Sorry.
Oh.
Come on.
yeah, when they come to I'll speak from, not personal experience, but potential personal experience. I am a man with a nut allergy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think what is a common reason for people sort of disliking something or other. And a very common one is, yes, you're thinking of it, childhood trauma. So, I just imagine a scenario where this man too has a nut allergy and he went out trick-or-treating with his friends when he was younger, and then they thought it would be funny to just force feed him, like, I don't know, Ferrero Rocher or something. And then he had to be taken to the intensive care ward and bad to worse. And he can't do Halloween without thinking about that. So there you go.
I feel like that's happened in your life at some point. It sounds like you've had some experience.
Don't talk about it, Joe, please.
I hope you're okay, Ben.
Always.
Oh, lovely stuff. Okay, so now I have to choose which answer I like the best, and I'm gonna have to go with Baqir, your one about the 11th century peasant. Because what I like most about this is because he's from the 11th century, but you mentioned that his wife died a year ago, I think. This just means that this man is about 1,000 years old, which I just really like. So yeah, okay. 1 point to Baqir. Awesome. So now on to the next round. This round is called the true or false round, and I'm going to read out 2 stories to you, and they might be true or they might be false. So the first story, Waitrose mocked by shoppers for selling £6 autumn foliage as leaves, even though leaves are free outside. So
Thanks for the clarification.
We weren't sure what they were, but we appreciate it.
well, yeah. I mean, yeah. So Waitrose seems to have not known it because what they're doing is they're selling bunches of leaves in these plastic bouquets. The supermarket has come under fire from customers who spotted they were selling bunches of autumn seasonal foliage. So, what do we think? True or false?
It sounds dumb enough to be real.
Yeah. But then again, it sounds like it's something that John could easily just pick out a few things from his local hometown. Like, did you say Waitrose? I didn't fully catch it because I was thinking maybe when you were thinking about it, you just walk past the supermarket and you think I use that as part of my fake story.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with false just because of how close to home it is. It's in Britain.
Right. Interesting.
I'm going to say true.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Fair enough.
I would have to be.
And Fred?
I don't. It doesn't seem like a Waitrose thing to do. Like,
Overprice someone for something that shit is very basic. I don't know. It's very Waitrose.
well, no, but like the whole horse, like Tesco was. It could be like a Tesco thing,
Yeah.
but I think it's false. I'll split the difference. It's false.
Okie dokie. So we've got Fred going false, Baqir going with true, Joe going with false, and Robin going with true. Would anyone like to change their answers?
No.
Sticking with my gut.
Okie dokie. Right. The story was, it was actually true. It's
Yay.
I'd like to change my answer.
I think we should let him.
Wouldn't it be a perfect time now to have like time rewind power? So you just go back in a minute.
Love
Just
it.
say,
Love
oh
it.
yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna go true.
rewind powers is that you don't use it to stop any crime or anything. You're like, no, I want my Torch of the Devil.
You change the course of the future just to get an imaginary point in a game that really did not give you a prize. With the satisfaction of winning.
Okie dokie. Yep. Well, there we go though. So we've got Baqir is now on 2 points, and Robin is on 1 point, whereas Fred and Joe are at 0. But we have another question to potentially bring this back around. Another question, another story. Maybe true, maybe false. So the headline: Man blows up part of his house while chasing a fly. A man in France.
Chasing a what?
A fly.
Okay.
A man in France has blown up part of his house while attempting to swat a fly. He was about to tuck into his dinner when he became irritated by a fly buzzing around him. He picked up an electric fly swatter and targeted the beast, but a gas canister was leaking in his home, and the reaction between the device and the gas caused an explosion, destroying the kitchen and partly caving in the roof. Okay, what do you guys think?
I think it's false. And I think it's false because if an electric fly swatter can set up a gas canister, then cooking dinner probably can too.
Oh, but it's a leaking gas canister.
I think
Wait, so I don't. How is it set off? Sorry.
back.
Well, either I when I was writing this story, I didn't think far ahead to include a scientific explanation, or the news story, the true news story that I'm reading from, doesn't offer an explanation. So I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
I think it's true. Just because I think scientifically it could work. It could work. I assume just because you have electricity, if it hits the metal, it creates a spark, and then the spark sets off the gas, and then it explodes. I'm assuming the guy did
Does it say what,
third degree burn or whatever.
does it say what injuries he got?
Cannot impart any more information, I'm afraid.
Well, I don't think it's true.
Okay.
I think it's false.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
I think it's true. I think there's enough stupid people out there as well.
yeah. I think it's not. It is kind of big, but I assume it would be big in front direction.
Yes.
I can
don't know
definitely see
where-
a French
but
person do it.
Yeah.
I can see anybody doing it.
I can see an English person doing it as well, to be fair, but French is on a level. Okay, Fred.
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. What do you think, Fred?
Yes. See, I also want this. I want this to be true. so that I can then hold yet another thing over the French. But I do. I'm gonna.
Wait, sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry, are you gonna go?
I'm saying false.
Okay.
False.
Okay, cool beans. All right. No, yeah, fair enough. So we've got Fred on with false, Baqir with false, Joe with true, and Robin with true. Would anyone like to change their answers? / have I got any of that wrong?
No.
Yes, I'd like to change my answer to still true.
Oh.
Okie dokie. Well, it is true that.
Ah!
Yeah.
It sounds plausible.
Yeah.
The French, they cursed me again.
Oh.
How do you feel being on 0 points at the moment?
Get on with the quiz. I haven't got time.
Oh.
I only had my time rewind.
Oh. Okie dokie. So we have that is the end of that particular game. So we're about to go into our next song break. So we've got Fred on 0 points, Joe with 1, and Robin and Baqir on 2 points each. So yes. Next song break. But before I've got a creative question for you. So my creative question is, what is the best way to kill a fly? So yes, that's something to think about during the song. And the song that I'm gonna play is it's called Nature One by the band Muse. And
Ooh.
it's a Muse song. So yes. I will speak to you guys after the break. Nature One by the band Muse. Alright, speak to you soon.
Even listening, so why should
Awesome stuff. Oh.
Hmm.
Is it something to do with an earthquake?
No. Oh no, I should have
Can
said.
you give me, John, can you give me the song name again, please?
Okay, it's Nature One. So that's the word nature, then an underscore, and then the number one. And yes, and it's the band is Muse. So yes. But yes. So okie dokie. Anyone got any more ideas on what it could be leaning towards?
Nah.
Fair dues, fair dues. Okie dokie. Well, right. So now on to the last game. This game is.
Do you not need a question?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes, the questions, creative answers. Yes. So, at the beginning, before the song, I asked you guys the question. What was the question I asked you guys again? What's the best way
What's the best way to kill a fly?
to kill a fly? Thank you. Okay. Yes. So what?
Everyone said the same thing.
All right. Yes. So, what is the best way to kill a fly? And I'm going to ask Baqir first. Take it away.
Well, John, what's important to a fly? Fly family, right? Obviously. You have to hurt the fly where it hurts. So what you do, may I just say, nanotechnology has come a long way, as well as robotics. So what you have to do is you have to create a fly that fly is attracted to. So perhaps a sexy female fly.
Oh, no.
Maybe she has a bow tie. I don't know what female flies wear. And slowly but surely, you get the fly to fall in love with the female fly, who, by the way, is under your complete control. He'll offer her sugar water and garbage and other fly treats, and let's be honest, his entire heart. Then what you do is you capture, in quotation marks, the female fly, and you send a tiny letter in the fly language to the fly, and you say, "It's either you or the female fly. It's your choice, buddy." And he'll willingly, get swatted for his female love. The fun part of this is that when you have captured him, you can reveal to him that his love was fake. That's just for your own personal fun, doesn't really do anything else. But yeah, I guess a mix of psychological manipulation, coercion, and threats is my answer.
Oh,
And now I feel like my interest is rubbish now. Anyway.
I'm sure it's not. Yeah.
That's probably great, Joe.
Joe, it's your turn next on my random list generator anyway. So take it away.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna sound like I just copied off Baqir, but I haven't. Basically, it's surrounding nanobots again, but we know that fly can be irritating.
Mm.
To kill it, you want to get your revenge on it, so you create a nanobot whose main purpose is to irritate the fly and basically be like a fly to the fly, and just basically torment it. And then at the very end, the nanobot would inject a poison to then pull it out of its misery because it just cannot deal with fly constantly pestering it. And I would also just like to say, Peter, I don't actually believe in it, so please don't come after me.
Oh. Okie dokie. Right. Fred, what is your creative answer?
I think it rests in the word best here. What's the best way to kill a fly?
Right.
And I think so far we've misinterpreted the word best as something like, most effective or most cruel or most conniving. When really, I feel that we should be interpreting it as, nicest
Right.
way to die. So I'd hire very tiny craftsmen to build a very tiny bed, and I'd have the fly, just rest down in the very tiny bed, I'd have his family surround him, comforting him. Some weeping naturally.
From their many eyes.
He can pick. Yeah, there are many eyes. Yes, so many tears, man. I'd let them pick the favorite flower or favorite plant to do it on. I'd put on like just I mean I don't know what kind of music he's into, so I'd pick something nice. I'd probably get a very small vinyl player and put on a very small record of like I don't know Nat King Cole best hits or something.
McFly.
McFly. Yeah, but that's not like soothing. I get what you're going for
Sorry.
here, right?
McFly probably has one dad song, don't they?
I'm not saying they're bad. It's just I wouldn't want to go listening to McFly, right?
Maybe the Fly does though.
I mean, I'd let him choose ultimately. And then as he's going, I'd probably, I don't know, read to him from, I don't know, like a very small edition of, I don't know, Love's Labour's Lost or something. I don't know, something nice. Yeah.
Right. Fair dues.
Some small candles. Some very tiny candles.
That burned instantly.
Oh, awesome stuff. And finally, Robin, what is your answer?
I think this represents a fantastic opportunity, actually, having to kill the fly. Because the way things are going, global warming and all that, in the future, you're going to have to be eating insects all the time, okay? I think presents a good time to maybe get into that. So I think, of course, you've got to catch the fly. I mean, that's kind of, there's all sorts of ways you can go about it. I think I would just set up a cage, maybe a big flashing neon sign says something like sexy flies near you in your area, something along those lines. And then once you've got the flies, it's up to you. How are you going to go about cooking it? You could go in just straight raw, or maybe you make a nice fly sandwich potentially. It's going to be a bit small with one fly probably, but that's what I would do. I think it's good. You can prepare yourself for the future, thinking forward.
Nice.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So, right. That brings us to the end of the creative answers round. So we've got Baqir's psychological warfare against the fly with a female nanobot fly. We've got Joe with an irritating nanobot fly. We've got Fred with being ultra kind to this fly, and we've got Robin's eating the fly. And I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go again with Baqir's one. Actually, I really like the idea of the just the cruelty behind that the female fly thing. So yes, so that brings us to the end of that game. So now we're gonna play the final game. It is the fill in the blank game. So I'm going to read out two headlines to you guys, and they're gonna have blanks in them, and you're going to fill in the blanks for me. So, first of all, Gucci selling overalls with fake blank, and this blank, it's kind of a two-word blank, but yeah, fake blank. What do we think?
Again.
Pardon?
Again. I'm just gonna go.
Not quite. No, it's.
Oh, I'm gonna go for leather.
Wait, pardon?
Wait, sorry. So the aim of this game is to accurately guess what the actual answer is, right?
Yeah, I actually guess what's in the blank. Yeah.
Is it leather straps?
No. It's kind of a thing. It's not like a sort of accessory of the thing. It's like a thing which is. It's hard to describe, but yes, not leather straps. Kind of.
I think.
Kind of think like
I
how
think
people have like ripped jeans and stuff. It's kind of along those lines.
Yeah. I think Gucci are going to be targeting insecure men. Okay, here. So I think what they've done is they've just added big balls.
Fake big balls.
Yeah, fake big balls.
Robin, I'm gonna just give you another point for that.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Hmm.
Fake front pocket.
No, not quite.
For the ladies, they've also got big boobs. Not for them.
Fake side pocket.
Fake no pocket.
Fake.
So they basically made pockets that don't look like pockets.
I don't know what the actual words would be, but is it like fake wear and tear? So like it looks like you'd have used these overalls in the field.
You're on the right track. Yes. So, fake. What might you get on your overalls? What kind of if
Ripped,
not
scratches, tears.
You get like denim and crap.
Dirt stains.
right, very close.
Mud stains.
Bleach stain. Bleach.
Blood.
No, not quite.
Wait, you've won real
Paint
blood on it.
stains.
Closer, kind of closer with paint stains. It's not quite mud. No, actually, sorry, closer with mud.
Cowbell stains.
Grass
Yes.
stains.
Fred, you've got it. Yep.
I got a point. I got a point.
You finally got enough zero gun.
They're
Yeah,
selling
I'm-
overalls with grass stains on them.
Wait, pardon?
Is that so? Wait, they're selling overalls that have grass stains.
Yeah, well, fake grass stains. Yeah, literally. So I'll get the article up. It is, and they're like £1,000 or something.
Oh, shut up.
No, literally.
bargain.
Yeah. I'll send the article to the chat for you guys to read it later if you want. But yeah. I'll read out the article. Gucci has released.
Oh, I remember it. I remember seeing this.
Oh man. Gucci has released a pair of distressed overalls from its men's collection. The denim threads come complete with grass-stained legs, and you can purchase them for $1,400. Yes.
Sounds like a good deal.
Now I know what the student loan's going on.
Oh man. Yes. So
Yeah.
yes.
I remember seeing that on, I think it was Twitter or something.
Right.
It just went out of my memory as soon as I read it, and it was just like, that's not something I need to know.
Yeah. Well, excellent, because it's in Talk of the Devil. So yes. Right. Next one then. Okay, this is a slightly longer one. And it's got 2 blanks in it. The headline is, over 1 billion blank are being bred at this farm in China, and they use...
Wait, repeat that.
Duck.
So I'll start again. Over 1 billion...
Yeah.
Yeah. Over 1 billion blank are being bred at this farm in China, and they use blank to stop them escaping.
Over 1 billion wheat are being breaded. They're made into bread.
Oh, God's sake. Not good. No, it's...
Communists are getting bread using propaganda.
Is it pigeons?
No, but we're closer with pigeons than with bread itself and with communists.
Over 1 billion men, and they're using women to stop them from escaping.
And the women are made of nanobot technology. Over 1 billion chickens.
It's an animal then.
No, we're thinking too big.
Robots.
Chickens. No.
Smaller than that.
Sick. Like,
Quail.
look,
Is it quail?
No. A lot smaller.
Wasps.
Oh, we're getting okay now
Bee.
bigger.
Bee.
No.
hornet.
Okay, but we are right with a type of insect.
Bee.
Locust.
Much closer still. It is a pest.
Grasshopper.
Not quite.
Now I know where the grass stones have come from.
I'll give you a clue. You might find it in your house.
Spiders.
Oh,
Right.
no.
They're not breeding spiders, are they?
Moths.
Oh,
Butterflies?
no.
Flies?
A lifetime portrait of Genghis Khan? Not all have one in our house, just
Insects in my house.
Maybe.
Termite.
Oh, much closer with that.
ants.
I'm much closer. I don't want termites in my house.
Wood lice.
Closer still. All right.
Not ants.
Cockroaches.
Yep. Cockroaches. You got it.
Oh, why?
Yes. So.
And they're using pesticide.
No. I'll give you a clue. They're using another animal to keep them out. So it was over 1 billion cockroaches are being bred at this farm in China, and they are using blank to stop them escaping. It's an animal.
Women. It's still women.
Okay, what
Rabbit.
eats cockroaches? Chickens, anteaters,
Cat.
Probably rabbit.
a confused panda.
It's something that might eat a cockroach. It's really hard, this one, actually. But it's it's an animal that might eat a cockroach. And I might just give you the answer if you guys can't.
Is it meerkats?
No, it's really weird. It's not a land animal. I'll give you that.
Okay.
So it's a bird then.
Oh, could be.
It's a
Raven.
bird.
The
Is it
pelicans.
ravens or crows?
No. It's. I didn't say it was necessarily a bird. In fact, I might just give you guys the answer. It's fish. They're
Is it?
That.
I was about. Fish was about to be my next guest, John. Damn it!
Oh shit! Sorry.
I mean, you snooze, you lose. You know, that's just what happens.
Yes, but yeah. This farm in China has over 1 billion cockroaches, and they have a moat of fish, hungry fish, which will eat cockroaches, if the cockroaches escape the building, and will eat them. But yeah.
I can just imagine. It's like a prison, and then there's just like a giant moat full of fish, and it's kind of like piranha. They just instantly go for him.
It sounds like the plot of a Pixar film. It's like, who would win, the moat of fish or the
Yeah, but
It's like crossing no man's land.
yeah, no, but yeah, this Chinese cockroach farm has 1 billion cockroaches, and yeah, they've got I'll read out a description by the journalist that visited this massive cockroach farm. Deep inside a cavernous setup of tight corridors and shelves, I'm standing in the dark, sweating profusely as the rain-like sound of millions of cockroaches eating fills the silence. Around me, on the walls, the ceiling and floors, cockroaches, large and small, scurry about, scattering whenever my cameraman points his camera light at them. But yeah, I'll send you a link. But yeah, it's crazy.
Sounds like something from 1984 or something.
Yeah,
Probably is.
Well, it's
I
China.
mean, yeah. I'm not going to say anything.
But yes, and it's what they're using them for is animal feed. They grind them up, these cockroaches, and feed chickens with them. Yeah. So yes, that is that story. But now we're on to our last song break. And that means one more creative answers round. So my question to you guys is: they say that they're grinding up the cockroaches to feed chickens, but what's the actual reason this farm has 1 billion cockroaches in it? What are they really using them for? So yes, that is my question to you. But for now, we've got the song break, and the song that I'm going to play for you guys is called "Follow You" by the artist AU5. I believe it's pronounced Aus or something. But yes, "Follow You" by Aus. So yes. Okie dokie. I'll put it in the chat. I'll tell the server to play it. So yes, what are they really using these cockroaches for? And this song is "Follow You" by Aus. Okay, talk to you guys after the song.
Breathe me into the light. Slowly heal the darkness in my heart. I hear you now. A taste was all I needed. I feel your love, loud and clear to the It's you and me, I'll follow you to the end. I'll follow you to the end. To the breathe me into the light. Slowly heal the darkness in my heart. I hear you now. A taste was all I needed. I feel your love, loud and clear to the end. I'll follow you to the end. It's you and me. I'll follow you to the end. I'll follow you to the end. To the end. Follow you to the end. To the end.
least.
That was leaving to that one.
May I hazard a guess? As that was our last song.
Yes, that was a yes. So, yes. Okay, so, now for the creative answers round. So my question to you guys at the beginning was, what are they really using these cockroaches for? And I'll randomize my list very quickly. Okie dokie. Right. First off, Joe, what are they really using the cockroaches for?
See, they're not actually grinding them up. They're getting the cockroaches to grind, as in like a video game, to gain experience for the upcoming Locust Wars from the Underground. And yeah, that is a Gears of War reference.
Oh, that was beautiful, by the way, Joe. I've been playing a lot of Gears of War recently. John, give him a point. That was great.
What? Oh,
The cockroaches versus the Locust. And then there's the swarm that comes in Gears 4, just spoil it.
It's very funny if you play the games, I assure you.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's just my answer. That's it. They're not actually grinding them up. They're not killing them. They're just getting them to grind to gain experience. That's all they're doing.
Fair dues. Fair dues. Okay.
It's a bunch of tiny TVs. I'm sorry, I'll stop now.
Cool beans. Robin. You're up next. Robin, what's your answer?
So I'm not going to beat around the bush here. 2020 has been a pretty bad year. I'm sure we can all agree on that. And, lots of conspiracy theories going around. I'll make it clear, this not my view, but some people think that the Chinese government created this flu we've been having in a laboratory. And what I'm thinking is, see, inspiration here that this is part of China's plan to take over the rest of the world. And I'm thinking the cockroaches, phase 2, they're raising a cockroach army. I'm not really sure how they're going to use it, but it's phase 2. They're going to take over. So you better be prepared.
Yeah. Fair dues. Fair dues. Yeah. Very good. Okie dokie. And next up, we've got Fred. What's your answer?
Okay, so I'd like to take you briefly back in time to the dawn of just intercontinental sort of trade routes, namely the Silk Road connecting the Orient and the Occident, right? So China back then were one of the countries that, that's where you went for your spices and things. And they want to get back. Want to get back on the top of that. They want to be known as the place to get stuff. And this massive cockroach factory is them experimenting, especially to try and appeal to Western consumers. Because firstly, the sound of them eating, that's not them eating, that's them experimenting with different forms of commercial percussive music, right? They'll record that, splice it up, do what they want with it, sell it. Some weird people who like their experimental stuff in England will buy it. See me, I'll buy it. This is on my mind because I recently bought from B&Q a big old pot of paint for my room that I haven't done yet. I'll probably have to do it when brackets if I'm able to come back for the Christmas holidays. But cockroaches, of course, are insects that can be ground up and used in different paint colors. So they're going to go nuts and experiment with all the colors they can.
Oh god.
Like specifically working in that low lit factory as well. So like they can just their eyes will adjust and they'll be able to tell, yep, that's mauve. Yeah. Just new colors. The West, you'll get teenage girls somewhere just go, "Oh my gosh, there's colours to die for, Jessica." They'll buy that up. Yeah, commercial.
Okie dokie.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
So yes, Baqir, now it's
and
your turn.
then, okay.
Well, I would like to take you back in time, not as far as Fred, to I guess dawn of commercial trade, which is not brief whatsoever, Frederick. It's a while, but I'd like to take you back around 50 years ago, depending on how old Xi Jinping is. Now, you see, a lot of Xi Jinping was quite a scrawny kid, let's be honest. And as we know now, we need him in China, just people made fun of him. So he has quite a fragile ego, to say the least. And Xi Jinping grew up in a school where the school mascot were cockroaches. And he was bullied by the... You'll never amount to anything, they said. Ha, we're not all equal, they said. Well, that didn't turn out well for them. And so this is really a two-part process, which is the first, he executed them all. So a three-part process. Then he created this cockroach farm, and by grinding up all these cockroaches, it's a real sense of satisfaction. But more importantly, China uses these grounded up cockroaches to play pranks on their neighbors. They just go and airdrop some dead cockroaches in Japan and Korea and possibly Vietnam, Laos, or Cambodia.
Right.
And what happens? People will say in their respective languages, "Ooh, cockroaches, that's disgusting." And that's really a victory against those guys that bullied him when he was a kid, or so he feels anyway.
Fair dues. Okie dokie. Right, yeah. Cool. So we've got Joe with the cockroaches are grinding, in the more literal sense, rather than being ground. We've got China's taking over the world with the cockroaches from Robin. We've got Fred grinding them up for paint, and Baqir being dropped as bombs. And well, being dropped as cockroach things. And I'm actually gonna go with, I think my favourite answer was actually Fred's one. So oh wow. So yeah, that that brings it up to that brings it nicely up to 2 points each for Fred and Joe, and 3 points each for Robin and Baqir. So now
Oh boys.
so now it
Look
is
at the close one.
yeah. Not that there's any prizes or anything. But
That's for pure arrogance. Yes.
So now we're on to the song game part. So we've had 3 songs that have played throughout the show, and those songs have been Off the Ground by the Record Company, Nature One by Muse, and Follow You by Ouse. So yeah, have you guys got any ideas on what they could?
Yes.
All right, okay, go on.
Me first.
So
Go on, Baqir. Go on.
Yeah. No. You go, Fred. You go, Fred.
Damn you, Baqir.
Actually, maybe, sorry, maybe Fred.
Right, it's just
maybe you should go last, actually, Fred, and we see. Just does anyone else have any ideas? Speak now.
Oh yeah. Oh, what a shame. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. You can do that if you want, John. Oh.
Okay. Has no one's got any ideas?
No.
I think it might be like about moving to Mars. That's just an idea I had. Like if the Earth gets to such a state where it's not livable, terraforming Mars. That's all I got there.
Interesting, but no, I'm afraid. And none from you, Joe and Robin?
No, I don't. I'm not big on the news. I don't really follow current events, so.
It's a big news story, but it won't be like a
No.
random event. So it's something, at least.
Ooh,
But
wait, is it
no,
about a natural disaster and someone was like airlifted out of it?
Not quite. It's to do with a natural disaster, but it's a natural
Not an
disaster.
earthquake.
No, but it's like a natural disaster in the happening. So I might as well just ask, Fred, what do you think it is?
Okay, this is probably wrong now from what you've said, but okay, I'll go through my process. How do I do this? So natural disaster, like nature one in general, I just thought about climate change and then like carbon emissions going up and stuff. I then said off the ground, like or like. And then in the last song, it spoke about follow you to the end. So my thought was it was about the like clock that's meant to show when the world ends, wherever they put that up. It's like the art installation somewhere in the US, I think. I'm not sure, but
The doomsday clock, right?
yeah, but like they've like put some artists put up like an actual thing that they say will count down. That counts down until the day, like the second where if we don't do something, it will be irreversible, sort of thing. Quite gloomy.
How
but
long have we got?
I think they said about like 7 1/3 years.
Oh, not very long at all.
No, according to them, no, not long.
What? Have you guys heard of the doomsday clock?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the nuclear
yeah.
one.
Well, apparently we're 100 seconds.
Oh wow.
Maybe climate change won't matter that much, depending.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I think we
I
should
take
just
it I'm
enjoy
wrong, though.
ourselves.
enjoy yourself.
Go
Yeah,
out
why
for a
not?
bang.
We will do, probably.
Oh man. Well, I'll tell you guys what the actual answer was. It was actually about it was about climate change, but it was actually about David Attenborough having, I don't know if you guys heard, recently launched an Instagram.
No!
Was that something you were thinking of?
No! No, as soon as you said David Attenborough, it all clicked, man. Oh.
Yeah, David Attenborough, he launched an Instagram account recently, about
No
like
way.
a day ago, like literally, probably not 2 days ago, and it has set the record, as was hinted by the name, the record company. That Instagram has set the record for the fastest climbing Instagram account in terms of followers. So I think I read after about 24 hours of being launched, his Instagram has reached 3.1 million followers, and I think it's a lot higher now.
I just checked it, and it's about 4 million.
Oh my god. Damn.
Yeah, that's like 2 million a day, which is crazy.
Yeah. What a flex. This guy.
What a we love history, man, or nature, man.
Yeah. Jeez. With just 3 videos, that is a flex. But yeah. So that is that. And that's the end of the episode. So no one got a point for that one. But we end the episode with Robin and Baqir tied on 3 points. So you can share the non-existent prize. And Fred and Joe on 2 points each. So
Oh, no way. I want to fight him to the death. Is that allowed?
I
think,
would accept. Name the time, the place, and weapon of your choice.
Oh, I get a weapon as well. I'm going in bare hands. I fight dirty.
Oh, I was going to send Don in my place and then stab you in the back, but we'll see.
I think in current conditions we couldn't do that, but
Well, no, I'll wear a mask.
Well, it is a fight to the death, so
I mean, like, it's not
Either
very-
way.
fair enough.